Meteorologists noted that this blizzard represents a classic example of how rapidly California's winter pattern can shift. A prolonged dry period was followed by a sudden and forceful atmospheric setup, delivering immense moisture into a cold environment. While beneficial for long-term water supply, the immediate hazards underscore the delicate balance between relief and risk. As snowfall gradually tapers in some regions, the danger does not disappear. Deep snowpack, unstable layers, and lingering wind slabs continue to pose threats long after skies begin to clear. Officials stress that post-storm periods are often when complacency leads to accidents, particularly among backcountry travelers and motorists eager to resume normal activity. Meteorologists noted that this blizzard represents a classic example of how rapidly California's winter pattern can shift. A prolonged dry period was followed by a sudden and forceful atmospheric setup, delivering immense moisture into a cold environment. While beneficial for long-term water supply, the immediate hazards underscore the delicate balance between relief and risk. As snowfall gradually tapers in some regions, the danger does not disappear. Deep snowpack, unstable layers, and lingering wind slabs continue to pose threats long after skies begin to clear. Officials stress that post-storm periods are often when complacency leads to accidents, particularly among backcountry travelers and motorists eager to resume normal activity. California now stands in the aftermath phase of a major winter event, facing the challenge of recovery while remaining vigilant against secondary hazards. The blizzard has rewritten seasonal expectations, tested infrastructure resilience, and reminded residents that winter extremes can arrive suddenly and without mercy.
Moving in from northern Europe reached
Despite the chaos, this blizzard also marked a turning point for California's winter season. Snowpack levels across the Sierra Nevada surged dramatically, improving water outlooks for the coming year. In some basins, snow water equivalent measurements climbed from critically low percentages to near or above seasonal averages in just a few days. While this offers long-term relief, officials warn that the immediate risks remain severe. As the storm begins to slowly weaken, colder but calmer conditions are expected to follow. However, the aftermath of the blizzard presents its own challenges. Deep snow, unstable terrain, and lingering avalanche danger will continue to affect mountain operations and backcountry access for days to come. Authorities urge residents and visitors to remain cautious, avoid high-risk zones, and adhere strictly to safety advisories. This winter system has reshaped California's landscape almost overnight, turning drought-stricken slopes into snowbound terrain and reminding the state how quickly conditions can change when extreme weather strikes. As the blizzard continues to unfold, the scale of impact across California becomes increasingly clear. What initially appeared as a beneficial late-season snowfall has evolved into a complex and dangerous weather emergency affecting nearly every layer of daily life, from mountain safety operations to statewide transportation and emergency response systems. In Northern California, the Sierra Nevada remains the epicenter of the storm's intensity. Snowfall rates peaked at 2 to 3 inches per hour during the strongest bands, overwhelming plow operations and rapidly burying roads that had been cleared only hours earlier. At elevations above 7,000 feet, total accumulations climbed beyond 60 inches in several locations, with wind-driven snow forming drifts far deeper than official measurements suggest. Tahoe Basin communities experienced near-continuous snowfall through multiple overnight periods. Roof loads increased rapidly, prompting warnings for structural stress in older buildings and mountain lodges. Emergency crews responded to reports of partial roof collapses, frozen pipes, and residents trapped by snowbanks that blocked exits and access roads. In residential areas, snow removal equipment struggled to keep pace as accumulation outstripped clearing capacity. Further west, foothill communities faced a different but equally disruptive threat. Heavy snow combined with rain at lower elevations created slush-covered roads and icy surfaces, leading to a sharp increase in traffic accidents. Emergency dispatch centers reported a surge in calls related to spin-outs, stalled vehicles, and weather-related injuries. Local authorities urged residents to avoid non-essential travel as conditions fluctuated rapidly between rain, freezing rain, and snow. Central California was not spared. The storm system pushed deep enough inland to affect high elevation zones near Yosemite and surrounding national forest areas. Backcountry access points were closed as avalanche danger reached critical thresholds. Rangers reported complete whiteout conditions in exposed areas, with wind gusts strong enough to knock individuals off balance. Search and rescue teams were placed on high alert, though response capability remained limited due to weather constraints. In the eastern Sierra, conditions reached an extreme rarely seen even in winter-prone regions. Sustained winds combined with intense snowfall reduced visibility to mere feet. Snow loading occurred faster than stabilization efforts could counteract, creating a volatile environment where natural avalanches became increasingly likely. Authorities emphasized that even controlled mitigation measures could not eliminate the danger under such rapid accumulation. Transportation networks across California continued to deteriorate under the storm's pressure. Interstate closures extended well beyond initial estimates, with some mountain routes remaining impassable for more than half a day at a time. Chain control checkpoints backed up traffic for miles, while enforcement teams turned away vehicles lacking proper equipment. Tow services reported being overwhelmed, with response times stretching far longer than normal due to impassable conditions. Air travel also suffered disruptions. Regional airports near mountainous areas experienced delays and cancellations as snow removal crews worked continuously to keep runways operational. Even major hubs felt ripple effects, with incoming flights delayed due to upstream weather impacts and aircraft repositioning challenges. The storm's reach extended into coastal and urban regions through powerful wind events. Gusts strong enough to down trees and power lines swept through parts of northern and central California. Thousands of customers experienced temporary power outages, some lasting several hours as crews navigated hazardous conditions to restore service. Emergency shelters were activated in select areas to support vulnerable populations, particularly the elderly and those without reliable heating. In Southern California, the weather anomaly captured widespread attention. Snow fell across mountain communities accustomed to milder winters, while temperatures plunged to levels not seen in years. Overnight lows dipped well below freezing, raising concerns for agriculture, exposed infrastructure, and unhoused populations. Local governments issued cold weather advisories and expanded warming center availability. State emergency management agencies coordinated closely with county officials as the scope of the storm became evident. Resource allocation shifted rapidly to prioritize snow removal, medical response, and infrastructure stabilization. Communication systems emphasized real-time updates, warning residents of changing conditions and urging caution as forecasts remained fluid. Meteorologists noted that this blizzard represents a classic example of how rapidly California's winter pattern can shift. A prolonged dry period was followed by a sudden and forceful atmospheric setup, delivering immense moisture into a cold environment. While beneficial for long-term water supply, the immediate hazards underscore the delicate balance between relief and risk. As snowfall gradually tapers in some regions, the danger does not disappear. Deep snowpack, unstable layers, and lingering wind slabs continue to pose threats long after skies begin to clear. Officials stress that post-storm periods are often when complacency leads to accidents, particularly among backcountry travelers and motorists eager to resume normal activity. California now stands in the aftermath phase of a major winter event, facing the challenge of recovery while remaining vigilant against secondary hazards. The blizzard has rewritten seasonal expectations, tested infrastructure resilience, and reminded residents that winter extremes can arrive suddenly.
The statement emphasized that the snow cover is unstable due to heavy snow accumulation at high altitudes, while rising temperatures at lower elevations have made the snow layer prone to sliding. Experts called for
Meteorologists noted that this blizzard represents a classic example of how rapidly California's winter pattern can shift. A prolonged dry period was followed by a sudden and forceful atmospheric setup, delivering immense moisture into a cold environment. While beneficial for long-term water supply, the immediate hazards underscore the delicate balance between relief and risk. As snowfall gradually tapers in some regions, the danger does not disappear. Deep snowpack, unstable layers, and lingering wind slabs continue to pose threats long after skies begin to clear. Officials stress that post-storm periods are often when complacency leads to accidents, particularly among backcountry travelers and motorists eager to resume normal activity. California now stands in the aftermath phase of a major winter event, facing the challenge of recovery while remaining vigilant against secondary hazards. The blizzard has rewritten seasonal expectations, tested infrastructure resilience, and reminded residents that winter extremes
September 26th, and it did reopen as planned.
Is this a glacier? No, it's a house.
As California
In terms
moves
of
deeper into
energy
the aftermath of this
infrastructure,
historic
heavy snow
blizzard,
and ice loads
officials
cause
warn that the
numerous
most dangerous
failures on
phase
low
is
and
not
medium
always during the
voltage
height of the storm,
Extensive
but in the
power
days that
outages
follow.
occurred in Myra,
Across the
Gesso,
Sierra
and the
Nevada and surrounding regions, the massive snowpack left behind has created a fragile and
valleys.
unstable
The mayor
landscape
of
where
Britannia
risks remain
stated that
elevated
power was
long
cut
after
off in the
snowfall
town
rates
early
begin
in
to
the morning,
ease.
and that energy could not
Avalanche
be supplied
forecasters
throughout.
continue to issue urgent warnings, emphasizing that deep slabs formed by wind-loaded snow could release with little to no warning. These avalanches are capable of
Adding that
traveling long
technicians continue
distances,
to work in the
destroying
field
structures,
despite the
burying
difficulties.
roads, and threatening anyone venturing into uncontrolled terrain.
Conditions.
Even areas
It was
that appear
announced that
calm and
approximately
untouched may
3,000
conceal weak
subscribers
layers
across
beneath the
the province
surface,
were
waiting
affected
for
by
a
the
single
outages.
trigger.
The statement
In mountain
reported that
towns,
snow
recovery
and ice
efforts are
accumulation
slow
on
and
the lines
methodical.
fallen
Snow
trees
removal
caused
crews
the
work around the
outages.
clock, clearing roads one lane at a time, often reopening routes only to close them again as drifting snow and secondary slides block access. Residents face shortages of fuel, food deliveries, and medical access, forcing authorities to prioritize
As of
essential
December
services and
26th,
emergency
a
transport
gradual
corridors.
change in weather conditions is
Infrastructure
expected.
assessments
An
are
advancing
ongoing.
high-pressure
Engineers
area
inspect
across
bridges, power lines, and public buildings strained by heavy snow loads and extreme
Europe
cold.
is paving
In
the
several
way for
locations,
winter
frozen
precipitation
pipes and
in
burst
Piedmont,
water mains
with
complicate
clear
cleanup
spells
efforts,
and a sunny
while prolonged
weekend.
power
And
outages leave some communities reliant on generators and
Ray of
emergency
Wola
shelters.
from the Piedmont
The economic
Meteorological
impact of the
Office
blizzard is
stated that
already
despite
becoming
rising
evident.
temperatures,
Transportation
especially in
delays
mountainous
disrupt
areas,
supply chains, ski resorts remain partially closed due to safety
the
concerns,
snow
and
cover
small
will
mountain
remain
businesses
intact,
face
and
lost
that after
revenue
heavy
during what is
snowfall,
normally a peak
calmer
winter
weekend is
period.
expected, but winter
Agricultural regions
conditions
in
will
lower
still
elevations assess damage from hard freezes, with crops at risk and irrigation systems affected by icy conditions. Meteorologists caution that while a temporary high-pressure system may bring clearer skies, it does not signal an end to winter threats. The snowpack remains exceptionally deep, and any rapid warming could introduce new dangers, including
This
roof
process,
collapses,
which began
flooding
on
from
December
snowmelt,
22nd
and renewed
and
instability
continues to
in
have an
avalanche-prone
impact
zones.
as of December
Emergency
20th.
managers stress that preparedness must continue even as the storm fades from headlines. For residents, the message is clear.
Sixth,
Patience
not only
and
presented
caution
a
are
visually
critical.
impressive winter
Authorities
landscape,
urge people
with
to
snow
avoid unnecessary
accumulation
travel,
reaching
respect
approximately
road
3
closures,
meters
and
in
never assume
Ponderosa,
conditions are
but
safe
also
based
resulted
solely
in
on appearance.
meteorological record
A single
rarely
decision
seen
to
on
ignore
Earth,
warnings can quickly
simultaneously
turn
testing
deadly in an environment
infrastructure,
reshaped by
security,
extreme weather.
and crisis
This
management.
blizzard has become a
Following this
defining
intense
winter event for
snowfall, which
California,
lasted almost a
demonstrating
week,
how quickly
including
conditions
Christmas
can
Day,
shift from drought to
the Piedmont
danger.
Mountains are now
It
heading
has
into the
tested
new year
emergency
in the
systems,
midst of a
challenged
controlled but
communities,
cautious
and
winter
underscored the
period.
growing volatility of weather patterns across the region. The full effects will continue to unfold in the days and weeks ahead as recovery efforts move
You can
forward and
subscribe to our
officials
channel
remain on
to
alert for the
regularly
next
follow
potential threat.
developments related to floods,
Stay aware,
heavy
stay
snowfall,
prepared, and stay informed as
storms,
California
tornadoes,
navigates the long
earthquakes,
road out
and
of
other
one of its
natural
most intense
disasters
winter
occurring in
storms in
different
recent
parts of the
memory.
world.
If you
To
want
learn
to
the
keep up
latest
with breaking
information,
weather events,
statements from
extreme
authorized
storms, and unfolding
institutions,
natural
and the current
disasters from around the
situation in
world,
regions.
make sure to support
Your
the
interest in
channel.
the published
Like the
content
video,
contributes to
share
a
it with
wider
others who need to
audience
stay
understanding the
informed, and
consequences
subscribe
of
to
natural
Cataclysm TV
disasters,
so you never
while
miss
also
critical
helping to raise
updates when
awareness
nature
about
strikes without
similar
warning.
events.